How do you start planning your destination wedding? With the help of an event planner, of course. And I'm here today with Sharon Boissonneau, an international wedding planner. You're going to give us those answers, aren't you?
Yes, I will.
Perfect. First and foremost, tell me, what's the difference between an international event planner and just a travel agent?
Well, first of all, a travel agent is only going to handle the group travel arrangements versus an international event planner that's going to plan the wedding and handle the group travel arrangements. It's important that you work with someone who can also assist with the wedding planning because everything is done from a distance, and you need someone who has skills that can make the process smooth and stress-free for the bride and groom.
How far in advance should a bride and groom coming to see you?
I say minimum a year in advance, depending what's the season when they want to get married. April and May, for example, is booked up 15, 16 months in advance. So if you want to have the best rates and the best resorts and do a sunset wedding or late afternoon, those are booked really early in advance. So usually we meet with the couple according to that a long time in advance. We target resorts and destinations to go with their budget, negotiate group rates, analyze wedding packages, then they choose what they want. And we go ahead and secure the group inventory and the wedding also with a deposit. They send out their invitations. Guests have 3 to 6 months to give in their deposits, and then we go more into the wedding planning and budgeting after that because we have a more precise head count.
Why is it so important that you have the event planner that can be talking with the hotel?
First, well, you need to have all the information clear up front before you make any decisions. So you need to know about the different types of weddings, their wedding requirements, because you have a civil, symbolic, or religious wedding. So you need to know what you need to prepare. If you're doing a civil wedding, there's a lot of paperwork involved. All your documentation normally has to be translated and notarized. And for example, if you're getting married in Mexico, you have to do blood tests. And versus a symbolic wedding where there's no paperwork involved and you actually get married in Canada. So 90% of the couples actually opt to do a symbolic wedding because it's easier and it's cheaper. And then you have the religious wedding, which is even more complicated. For example, Catholic wedding has to be done in a chapel. So you need a resort that has a chapel, because you can't do a beach wedding. So you really need to know all these things in advance. And also you want to know all the lists of all the extra costs on top of the wedding package, because the package can look good, but you always have to add. So you need to see all those costs before to help you estimate the cost of your wedding. And also always keep in mind the US exchange rate.
So having all those answers is something that she can really have for you. So it's a really good idea to have someone with that information and that background.
Definitely.
So sometimes still guests think they can get a better deal online. Why could that turn into a problem?
First of all, we get the best discounts when we book a group a year in advance. But on numerous occasions, I've seen people wait. They end up paying more, or sometimes the package sells out, so they have to take another airline, or even the hotel can sell out, so they can't even. I've seen some not being able to go to a wedding because it was sold out, or having to stay at the hotel next door and then paying a day pass to access to go spend time with the group. So it's really not recommended. And for the bride and groom, it's to their advantage to push everybody to book as a group. A, because they'll get gratuities, and B, when it's time to have modifications or cancellations, the group penalties will be a lot less strict than if you're booking online with full penalties.
So how long does usually a destination wedding last?
The ceremony itself is approximately 20 minutes, but we can always extend it with a sand ceremony or incorporating traditions, music, dance, have their own vows. Anything is possible, so ask it, we can make it happen. And so usually it's followed by the cocktail hour, photo session, and then the reception. And sometimes we end it with a nice beach party under the stars.
How romantic.
Yeah.
And unlike a wedding that's here at home, a destination wedding, how long are the guests usually with you?
Okay, usually it's a 1-week event. So people will travel for a week, and you'll have parties, bachelorettes, bachelor parties happen there, group excursions. So it's a 1 week of partying, but some people can't make it for the whole week. We always customize packages for 3, 4, 5 days. That's not a problem. Bride and groom might fly down a couple days before, stay after to do a honeymoon. Anything is possible.
And that being said, the honeymoon doesn't have to be at the same location as the destination.
No, definitely not. You can fly them off to any other country after the wedding and then fly them back home after that. So whatever they want, we'll make it happen.
And in planning the destination wedding, what's one of the biggest tips that you can give a bride and groom?
To work with a travel agent that's really competent and efficient. Groups are a lot to handle, so you need to work with a pro, not just a regular travel agent. You need someone that has a lot of experience with wedding planning and group travel, because when problems arrive, if they do, you need someone who's going to be able to fix problems efficiently.
And getting everything in writing, you said.
Yes, definitely. That's also very important. All communications between the resort have to be in writing. Even if you discuss things on the phone, always put it in writing after, send an email, as per our conversation, tack, 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 kindly reconfirm, because you don't want to have any misunderstandings when you get down there. And of course, you bring your file with everything printed, so there's no misunderstandings once you're down there.
Make it a lot easier.
Yeah.
So Sharon, the experience that you have in the industry, how is that helping the bride and groom that are coming to you?
Well, I've been doing weddings for a long time, and also I took, not a break, but I went to work for a wholesaler for a year to get the experience on the back end packaging. I worked for their wedding department, so I got to learn how the pricing, the group contracts, and everything. So now when I negotiate for my couples, I use that to my and their advantage to negotiate better rates, group conditions, deadlines, extensions, penalties, everything. So it's really come into handy because now it's sort of like a bidding war between wholesalers because they want my group business. So everybody outbids themselves to get my group. So it's really good. It's to the bride and groom's advantage, definitely.
So tell me, Lassa, how do you go above and beyond for brides and grooms?
Well, there's a lot of things I do, but I'm not going to share all my secrets, right? But one thing for sure is I approach every wedding as if I was organizing my own wedding. So I take it very personally, and I put all my heart and soul into the whole process.
Oh, wonderful. And it shows definitely dedication, the information, everything that you have.
Yeah.
So honestly, a destination wedding doesn't have to be a lot of work for you. That's what she's here for. You go onto our website, click her link, and she can get you started on that.